Yeah, this is straight matters right here. How's my man gonna talk to his wife on her mashing another dude? I don't know if I should be like excited to watch this or like, yeah, this is crazy nuts.
No
man.
Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And guys, never say that I don't give you what you want. You've all been talking about it. You all want to hear it.
Bro,
The
this
one and
is
only
your
one to
wife.
plug my wife on the podcast to talk about recent events.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking about how like I'd probably never come on the podcast again, but if I f***ed another guy, so now I'm allowed to come on the podcast.
You thought you were never going to come on the podcast again?
I mean, it's just
Bro, them knockers are just there. Like they're just standing out there. But how are you gonna talk to your wife on mashing another dude?
like, no one wants to Lena the Plug interview, but then I f***ed someone else, and now it's like, oh, she needs an interview.
Okay, you did an adult scene with
Yes.
someone else.
I mean, but it's like, it's when I think about it, I'm like, okay,
Damn,
cool.
he gets
Well, when
offended.
you were in your like mom TikTok era, probably that wasn't going to be the thing that made me like, okay, let's get her on.
Then
I had you on here what, a year and a half ago with Flacco?
Yeah, I can't remember why we did that.
Just
Just
give you a
to
little
do it.
press.
Bro, I can't stop looking at her tits. Like her tits are just there, man. God damn.
Yeah.
Get some stuff out. No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world.
Oh my
and
days.
that you
Why'd I replay it back, bro?
No.
I had you on here what, a year and a half ago with Flacco?
Yeah, I can't remember why we did that.
Just give
to
you a little
do it.
press.
Yeah.
Get some stuff out there.
I'd feel more comfortable if he was here. I feel really like uncomfortable with the fact that it's just you and I, and we're going to talk about this in front of my brother-in-law, Josh.
He's not paying
What?
attention. He's not even in here.
Oh, he left.
No,
Thank God. I
that's
was like,
Donnie.
oh, Josh is in here.
Don't put Josh on blast.
I just feel uncomfortable.
No, but this might actually be the first time that you and I have been on this podcast together, just you and I, right?
Yeah, it is the first time.
That's great.
Also, we got married.
We did get married.
That didn't.
Bro, why is this so awkward, man? I'm not talking to my wife about her mashing another dude, bro. I can't. Like,
constitute me coming on here, but this event did.
Seems like an afterthought after the last week.
Yeah.
Not like actually, but in terms of content.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even really talk about the marriage that much on here because it just seemed like it was so nice. It was great. The
Do
honeymoon
you feel
was
different? Because everyone's like, do you feel different now? I'm like, absolutely not. It's,
Yeah,
this-
no.
it's the exact same.
great. We made it official. We had a nice party with the friends and family and everything.
Went on the honeymoon.
But it's like it's not like the rules changed. It's not like we're gonna do things differently now.
No,
that we're
we
married.
already had the house, the kid, you know.
Yeah, we did most of the serious stuff in
Yeah.
advance.
The manager's
Damn.
like, all right, I guess we should just do this too. Let's finish up. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, I guess. So okay, this
bro,
So I should
I'm
start
telling
taking
you,
a few steps.
she probably fell in love
No, you
because it was
can't
BBC
collapse
Two.
anything.
Yo, he's a bold guy, you know. Man let his wife mash some BBC. That's crazy.
is the
That's
first thing that I
crazy.
thought might be useful.
Imagine if you're white, yeah, and you let your wife get mashed by some BBC. That's so nuts. I'd probably cry. I'd actually cry. Holy shit, that's so deep.
For us to lay out is let's lay out the chronological order of how the idea of you even working with other people became a thing, because I have a memory of maybe 6 months ago where you said something like, do you really think that we're going to go our whole lives without ever sleeping with other people? And in the context of like, I think we were
That's
talking about
so
swinging
toxic.
at first.
Yeah, I mean, because people don't really know this about you and I, but you just mentioned it on the podcast, so now I can talk about it. That we
Okay.
had a threesome early in our relationship with another guy, and that was just like we went.
What? This nigga is disgusting. So you're telling me you weren't giving your wife enough strokes that you had to call another man? Oh. Oh. That's so crazy. Ew. Oh my
We went out, we
God.
partied, we had like a really fun, hot sexual experience, and we were always kind of down for like a little bit of freaky things, you
There
know?
was like 2 or 3 other people in the
Like,
room
just watching us.
who like were not there to see us but they just happened to be in the room because we're all just hanging out. This was
Yeah.
back in
What
the
the
Adam and Lena
fuck?
party era that didn't really last that long. And at that time,
Now, how old are these cunts? Let me search on the internet right now. How old are these people? How old is Adam? 22. 39 fucking years. Yeah, that is so. That is, yeah, that is.
and to be totally
nuts.
honest, you were pretty much a random girl to me.
Yeah.
We didn't have any kind of like
We went to
emotional
emo night.
connection. Oh my God.
That's where we were in our lives. We went to emo night. Okay.
Shout out emo night. And I've always been somebody who, throughout my life, there's been a bunch of different times where me and my homie might a girl together. Always enjoyed it.
What?
Enjoyed it with you that night. But then
Bro,
once we start,
I can't see another penis. I can't fuck another girl with another nigga, bro. It has to be two girls. Is that gay? Comment down below if that's gay. That has to be gay if you like mashing another person with a guy. That has to be gay. I'm telling you.
started to actually get closer and closer to like dating, it became like, no, we're not talking about that anymore.
We literally never talked about it again. And then
maybe-
you talked about it on the podcast. the
We
other
maybe
day.
didn't talk about it for like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
I mean, also my friend went on to date the guy for a really long time, so that's probably also why we didn't talk about it.
that is a good point. Yeah.
But like, okay, when I think about that version of us and the version of us that isn't always going to do, who's just very into sex and likes to try fun and new experiences, I was just like, are we really never going to have an experience like that, even off camera ever again?
And what spurred that conversation, I think, was the fact that we had multiple different couples on Plug Talk where either they were into the swinging thing or they just did with other people separately and stuff. And slowly it started to seem
But I don't know. Like, I'm starting to get more and more disgusted by porn. Just hearing, ew, ew.
like, well, maybe this rule is kind of arbitrary.
Well, I think for us, it was also seeing those couples and seeing how turned on they got by having those sexual experiences with other people, which we had a lot in our relationship when we would bring girls in. Like, I would be so much more into you after, and you'd be into me. It was like seeing your partner enjoying someone else's hot. It turns you on. So it's like,
My nigga, what? What? This is crazy. Bro, I could just nut in her right now. What? Bro, I need to sit down. What the? Nah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for saying that. Bro, what?
I feel like that is sort of like worn off for me because I've just gotten so used to it a little
Exactly.
bit.
That is the problem with
But,
us. Yeah.
like, what I feel like you would think it's hot to watch me have sex with someone else because we already know you think it's hot. We did it once.
But that was like, my is in your mouth and he's in your vagina.
Yeah, I'm not saying you DP'd me, but like,
Right. But I'm just saying it's not like I was sitting in the corner because there's a whole
okay,
narrative.
I don't think you're a cuck. Are you gonna go with this?
Well, it does seem kind of stupid.
Bro, they're husband and wife. What are they talking about? Lord, please help us. What is porn doing to people, man? Oh, man. God bless America, man. God bless fucking America.
To
The cuck, okay, so
deny-
there's the cuck thing is different because cucks are supposed to be weak and
They're
they want
humiliated.
they want to be
Yes.
made to feel lesser. And I don't think that that's you. I think that there's like the more swinging side of things
What's
where it's
cuck?
like you are turned on by your wife enjoying someone and then she comes back to you and you guys enjoy your own personal sexual experiences more with each other because she did that.
Right. But I mean, you have barely even done the thing that you're kind of inferring, which is like me going and fucking another girl and then just like telling you about it. Because the one time, I think it was only one time on Plug Talk where you woke up and you were sick as a dog. And so you couldn't come,
what
come
is
to
cuck?
sex.
I'm about to search what cuck is real quick. What is cuck? A weak or severe man often used as term for a man, mother of. So she's basically calling you weak. Bro, this is nuts.
Set that day, but it was a girl. Shout out
shocked.
Alva J. Everybody sign up on
Thinks I
onlyplugtalk.com.
have beef. Everyone thinks I have beef with her now because she did this. I don't.
No, onlyplugtalk.com if you want to see the
Yeah.
scene. But me and Alva J, we did a scene while you were at home,
Did he
sick
just
as a
burp?
dog.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to see it afterwards. You were actually a
Yeah,
little.
before you left the house, I was in bed. I remember I was like, okay, go do the scene. Don't tell me how it went when you come back, and I don't want to see any clips from it.
Damn.
Which is interesting because when you came back from doing this scene the other day, I wanted to hear about it. And
A lot.
I wanted to know what I was going to find out. I wanted to know, like, what's the most extreme thing that happened? How did it play out? That's more like me wanting to, like, manage whatever the fallout might have been, more so than, like, trying to avoid. I don't know. Like, why did you
I
not
text
want to
Adam
see it?
after the scene. I don't even tell him the scene's done. I'm just like, do you want anything from Dave's Hot Fried Chicken? I just like act like it didn't happen.
Damn.
That is true, yeah. But okay, so we've had, I don't know, maybe 200 threesomes over the year. That was our rough estimate. Maybe like almost 100 on.
Wait. Did I hear that correctly?
That is true, yeah. But okay, so we've had, I don't know, maybe 200 threesomes over the year. That was our rough.
200 fucking threesomes over the year. There's literally 365 days in the year. Bro, this guy's semen. This guy does not reserve his semen whatsoever. This guy is busting a nut every single day. What? Bro, hashtag free his dick for real. Cause every single... Bro, I would be so worn out. That's so fucked.
Estimate maybe like almost 100 on Plug Talk, plus a bunch in our private life, plus a bunch for your OnlyFans. And yeah, I don't know. Over time, we did just kind of start to sort of have that conversation. And at first, I think we considered the idea of like swinging on camera. And then that kind of seemed.
And you always suggested guys I would never want to fuck. It
Yeah, that probably
was
is
always unfair trade.
intentional on my part.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. But I don't know. Like, it just kind of seemed like, well, if you are going to do it for the first time, we should roll it out in a way that actually is as exciting as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I was never really thinking about like a rollout per se. And then I also, like, I knew it was going to be a big deal just because, you know, outside of you, I have a pretty big adult fan audience, and they literally every single comment on anything I post is like, do a scene with the BBC, do a scene with whatever, this person, black,
That's
whatever. So I knew that my fans were going to be
That's so
excited.
cooked, bro.
And I knew that the wedding thing was going to be a factor because it's like, why all of a sudden after you get married? But I didn't think it was going to be this big.
But
of a
it's
deal.
weird because we had been talking about it before the wedding, and sort of like, you know, the idea was in the air, even though we hadn't made a hard
Yeah.
decision on.
It was weird because that's the message I sent to Jason. I was like, hey, I'm going to get married and on my honeymoon. But when I come back, we should shoot.
right.
And he was like, okay.
That's mad. That's low-key mad. That's actually so mad, you know. That's mad. She gets married and then goes and fucks a BBC. Yeah, that's nuts. If my wife did that, yeah, I don't know what I'd do, honestly. That's crazy.
And a lot of people seem to think that it being him or it being a black dude was the thing. But what people don't know is that when we were talking about it, there was a couple of different people that we're considering, and it's not like they were all black dudes.
No, there's only a few guys in the industry who are like big on social media, very well known by like just right when you look at them, you know that guy, you know, and I wanted my first scene to be like, you know, a big scene.
And it's worth mentioning that we did a TikTok in Vegas back in January where, and this might have been like the first time we ever even joked about it on camera, but I said to him doing a little TikTok, I said, who's the hottest girl here? And then he like put his arm around you and walked away with you. And that, I
Damn.
believe, has like 9 million views on TikTok. And that, if we were trying to like minimize the amount of people who were suggesting that you do a scene with another guy, that was probably not the best idea because that made everybody want to talk about it, right?
Yeah. He was like the obvious choice. I was like, oh, I have to go with him. This is what the audience wants. There's 9 million views on this video.
Definitely. So,
I don't
okay,
wanna watch
going
this.
into it, how did you feel?
Okay. So I didn't really know the shoot was going to happen until the day before the shoot.
That is a
it
good
all
point.
happened so fast because in my head I was like, oh, this is going to be my debut scene. I'm going to need like 2 months out. I'm going to go hard in the gym.
I don't know about debut scene. I mean, I am a human being, right?
No, but like, sorry. But like everyone's talking about it like it's my first scene, and it's obviously it's.
That's mad. That's see, bro. If you have a wife, just don't let her go to a BBC, man. Cause look how she's talking about it now. She's probably in love, bro. You fucking idiot. This guy doesn't know girls can fall in love during sex, man. You stupid idiot.
Not my first scene. I've been doing this for 7 years with you,
Right.
but like my debut scene with another man,
Another man. There we
Okay.
go. A different man.
a different man.
A different but equal but man, right? Everybody in the room is laughing just in case anybody wants to
feel
know
like I'm
where
fully
the
red in the face
snickering
right
is
now.
coming from.
But anyways, in my head, every girl does this, right? You have a photo shoot. You're like, I'm preparing for my photo shoot. I'm gonna look good. This, that. I had all this shit in my head of like what I was gonna do to prepare.
But for me, I'm getting excited. It's Saturday, and I'm about to play poker tournaments on Sunday, so I'm excited for that. And then Saturday morning, we're going to get breakfast, and you're like, "Hey, Jason is in town. I might shoot that scene tomorrow." And I'm like, "Huh, okay."
Yeah,
Like,
it was awkward. My sister was there. She's like, I don't want to be here for this conversation.
Yeah, what?
okay. And so, yeah, I don't know. You continue.
I mean, and then I just walked away. I was like, I think I'm gonna shoot with Jason tomorrow, and you were like, okay. And I walked away. I went to wash the dishes or something, and then I come back, and you're just like, no facial, no kissing. And I was like, okay, that was like the extent of the conversation.
Right.
Damn.
And then I left the next day to do it, and you barely said bye to me because you were playing poker.
Bro, that's crazy. Nah, but respect to my man, cause imagine someone nutting on your wife's face. That's crazy. Honestly, if I was Jason, I would have done it. I would have just nutted on it. Who is Jason anyway? I would have just nutted on her face, bro. I can't lie to you. Just the disrespect.
I said bye. I mean, I'm playing 8 tables at the same
Yeah.
time. I mean, it's kind of hard, but
And then
I'm so glad that I was doing something that is like
yeah.
requiring of the most cognitive load possible. So it made it kind of hard to think about it while it was happening. And then by the time you got back home, I'm like basically like finishing up poker then. So I didn't really have a ton of room to think about it
Yeah.
while it was occurring, which was nice.
it was the
Imagine
best
she
place for you
came
to be,
back
for
home.
sure.
because that is kind of my happy
She
place
came
that I
back
don't get to
home.
do very often. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
did man
And
put his?
so-
I was so
Ew.
nervous, like beyond nervous. And I'm even nervous that it's going to come out because I'm like, I wonder if it showed in the scene. But I was there for a couple hours getting hair and makeup or whatever, and then I had to go and get Jason and bring him in, and we had to take photos. And we just started taking pictures, and I was like, "Stop! Like, leave! I have to take pictures of myself. I cannot take pictures with you right now." There was like so much guilt, even though I knew that you had said yes, you'd given me your blessing. The cameraman's like, "It's not cheating." He's just like trying to remind me. He's like being my like, I had no girls with me to like just cheer me on or anything. He was being my little.
Well, you said
spokes
something
buddy.
about how your makeup artist or your hair person was like your therapist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They were being my therapist.
So you're like talking it through it with him, like, oh, I feel terrible. I'm about to fucking cheat on Adam.
Yeah, I was super, super nervous.
Right.
I don't know. I just felt really uncomfortable. I mean, I told you that like when we were in France last month, we went to the club and these guys were trying to dance with me, and I literally left the dance floor and I sat on the couch by myself because I felt so uncomfortable. I
Right.
didn't know what to do, and it felt like it was cheating. Like even if I just bumped into a guy dancing, and
Damn.
here I am, I have to have sex with.
Wait, sir. What do you call this type of relationship? Cause you already had the penis inserted into your vagina, so I don't know, man. I really do not know what's going on. This is mudders.
Somebody, and it's gonna be filmed and put online.
Right.
So, yeah, it was a lot. It was really hard.
Hard.
Yeah,
What was hard?
the nerves. I don't know.
She's not in on the joke.
Oh.
It's like a penis pun. But okay, so you you shoot the scene. And
This
like, did you
guy.
feel like you got out of the nervousness at a certain point, or like how did that transpire?
know.
Oh, that's a mad question. He's trying to get her in the mix. Man's I just started enjoying it. I just started like it just felt so good. That's how I got rid of the nerves. Oh, That's a trap question. Oh my god.
I think if I did get out of the nervousness at all. I kept like putting the scene off. I remember we were filming like intro teaser stuff, fully clothed, whatever, and then I just kept like, oh, I have to go do this. I'll be right back. Like I just kept putting it off.
Yeah.
And then I went in the moment when I had to finally do it. I don't know. I just hope it looks good. I feel like I blacked out at some point.
Ironically, you blacked out.
Shut the fuck up.
Damn.
Black.com. But it's not on there. A lot of
No,
people
it's
seem to
not on
think that is on
black.com.
black.com. Yeah.
Jason is blacked like star, so that's
Right.
why he's like synonymous with blacked. But no, it's on our OnlyFans.
A lot of people seem to think that that you doing this was part of, well, A, they think that you've cheated on me a lot over the years probably, and that this was just kind of like more of that.
Cheat on me, you guys.
Okay, very early on. It's been a long time.
Okay, if I told you,
Yikes. Adam cheated. Bro, this is a toxic ass relationship. Bro, I don't want to watch this anymore. This is stupendously outrageous. Adam cheated on me, yeah? Oh my god. This is so toxic, bro.
it was really early in the relationship, but yeah, I cheated on you a lot. You'd still be fucking pissed.
If you cheated on me in the first year of the relationship, I wouldn't be that mad.
What?
Because but I would
Yes,
still,
you
I would be mad because you put yourself out there as like a non-cheater so much.
Work is work.
Bro, what in
After
the...
work.
Bro, I don't understand this, man.
Touch base. I see these guys.
I do not understand this whatsoever. What the fuck is going on?
Where I was like, yeah, I cheated in 2017 or whatever, but you know, I felt like I wasn't really doing a whole lot to like hide it.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about this still. Yeah, it's just mad, innit? Just very, very mad. That's
Listen, we're not gonna talk about the past.
That's so
I'm gonna get
awkward.
mad all
And
over
I feel
again.
bad. I feel bad. It was wrong.
You guys don't understand. I went to shoot this scene, and Adam has been low-key calling me a cheater as a
Oh, but that's a
joke,
joke.
as a
Come on.
joke. Or like, the other day, I was like, "Can you help me with the laundry?" And he was like, "I'm having a really hard time. How dare you?" And I'm just like, "You're throwing this shit in my face, even though you're a part of it." I low-key feel like you're less mad because it's viral, and you're like into being viral.
I will say that having seen how
Damn.
viral it went, it now seems kind of insane that I ever would have like potentially stood in the way of you doing this, just because this is obviously such an amazing thing for your career as well as mine. Like, we're not going to state dollar amounts, but even just like the money that I've made off of talking about this on YouTube and Snapchat has been kind of ridiculous. And then like
You're welcome.
Plug Talk has been, that's a very weird framing, but the amount of
Yeah, I've had
additional
enough of
signups
this,
that we
man. This is just disgusting, bro.